What is up, wrestling fans? Welcome to the third of our 4 roster tier lists of our annual check-in, running down the men and women on the AEW, Ring of Honor, NXT, and WWE side of things. We've already done the AEW and ROH men's and women's divisions, but this time around, for this video or for this podcast, if you are listening to us on the audio-only versions, we are going to be focusing on the NXT and WWE main roster women's division. Of course, I am your host, Tony Mango, joined by Robert E. Felice.
Hello.
And Callum Wiggins.
Esther.
You can keep that going, but that's it. I like it. And we are doing this tier list exactly the same as what we've done for the AEW side of it, so go back and check that out if you have not already done that. And if you are not interested in that and you are like, screw you, I only want the WWE and NXT thing, so explain to me what's going on. No, it's pretty simple. We are just ranking them based off of our personal preferences and a general idea of where they pretty much sit on the roster. It is not entirely focused on their in-ring work or their mic work or any particular category like that. It is the all-encompassing what they bring to the table, what we like, what we don't like. We're going to be mean from some of them. We're going to be very positive about other ones. That's the whole point, and we're going to try to get as nice of a bell curve grade as we can possibly get going on here. And we invite you to do the same in the comments below. Tell us where you would rank these different people. These superstars are, of course, all opinion-based, so you might think that somebody's a B tier that we put in a D tier. You might think somebody's an S that we put it in an F, or whatever it might be, or vice versa. So let us know what you think. Also, let us know what you think of the video and the podcast itself by hitting the like button, giving us a star rating on whatever it is you're listening to, clicking the share button, making sure you are subscribed on YouTube, whatever it might be that you're following us on. If you are over on YouTube, make sure that you help us out on the monetary side of things by clicking on the thanks button, by clicking the join button, or if you are a part of the Patreon, you get access to the same stuff. So patreon.com/smarkoutmoment is where you get the Darkcasts and the Pick Your Poison tier and any other kind of things like that, even $1 a month. Same stuff over as the YouTube channel membership, TeePublic and Redbubble, where you can pick up that merchandise. And I think that that's pretty much what we can run down there before getting too bogged down with that. Let's switch over to the roster tier list that we have going on here. You can see up on your screen. If you are, of course, listening to the audio only thing, then you can't see it. Or if you can, that's a gift that I think you should explain to me, because that'd be pretty cool to figure that out. But we do have the same exact tiers, S tier all the way through F tier of the drizzling shits. And we also have the no opinion tier. And as I said before, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, the free agents, and the next in line are all listed here, which means we can make some big moves right now and move everybody from the next in line class and everybody who hasn't popped up in NXT yet immediately over to the no opinion, because they haven't done anything. So that is 36 people moved over. That is the quickest that we've done any of that, I think, ever. But now we can actually start talking about the people that we do know who the hell they are. And we have a number of people to go through. We have 74 people now. Some really, really high, some pretty lows. Let's set the tone. I'm going to put an S tier person out here. I think Rhea Ripley is an S tier.
Yeah, right now. I think she is.
Next year she could be an A, she could be an S, she could be gone. Who knows with wrestling these days? But yeah, she's the GOAT.
I would put Becky in there. I'd put Bianca in there. I'd put Asuka. Charlotte. I would put Bayley in A.
I think Bayley's. I think you got to put some respect on her name.
No, I think she's A right now. I think she's A right now.
A is a good tier. It's the second best. Yeah. Let's move them over. If we're on agreement of that, let's try to figure out the drizzling shits.
I always take issue with putting Charlotte in S at the moment, but that's fine. I know that.
You know what? Though, we can talk about that.
But I'd be fine putting her in A.
I don't think she's very good. I don't think she had that great match against Rhea Ripley, which is obviously like the big thing from this year. But I don't think other than that she hasn't been around for most of it, and now she's just kind of there. I think she's dropped down a level for me.
I'd be fine A. Because she does tend to take a lot of time off, and she is kind of phoning it in some weeks, so A+ or something.
Nia Jax in the drizzling shits.
Man, when the first thing that she does is she falls down on top of Rhea Ripley and starts smacking her in the face and all, and
nah, that obviously won't go in there. But she's not going above. She's not going. Well, I'm not letting her touch the average at this point.
Well, let's try to figure out a middle of the road one here.
Middle of the road. Okay.
Let's do a middle of the road and a drizzling shit, so that way we got a range.
Nikki Cross, middle of the road ish.
I'd be willing to listen to D tier, honestly. What are you thinking, Rob?
E.
E?
Yeah.
E for Nikki Cross.
That balances out to a D tier. C, D, and E.
What is she doing right now? Don't say that to me.
Well, she's getting a PhD first of all, but
good for her.
I'm just saying that, how many people in NXT are we going to be putting into the E's and F's at this point? I'm just thinking that's where they mostly reside.
Yeah, but then again, we can always move her if we see that we have too much.
All right, a more obvious C1 then Candice LeRae.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that because we know she's capable of better, but they don't use her really. So let's go for an F. Again, I always feel mean putting people in drizzling shits and all, because it's not like we hate the people themselves, but it's just a matter of, look, there are hierarchies, there are totem poles, and when you look at who's doing what and who's been great and who's been not so great, I would put Valentina Feroz and Yulisa Leon in that E type of range.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be any higher than that, I don't think.
And then I'd put on the D, on the F tier. I hate to do it to her, but Ava Raine, she's not good on the mic. She doesn't have presence to her, and she has been wrestling a few little things, and she struggles.
Yeah, and as much as he would argue against it, like Rob, if she wasn't The Rock's daughter, you would think that she was awful.
Well, I do know that I'm the nicest one to Ava here, but it's 2 against 1. I wouldn't put her higher than E though.
Okay, so I have no opinion for Giovanna Borneo. She hasn't really actually stepped in the ring.
Tell me who that is.
She was the assistant to what's her name?
Kiana James. Yeah, so
nice.
She has been on TV. That's why she's not in the group with the other people, but she hasn't wrestled. So
the other ones that I don't watch a lot of NXT anyway, so I'm not super. But the ones that I'm completely just out of the loop, but you might know better. It's
Brooklyn Barlow.
Brooklyn Barlow. Brooklyn Barlow. Izzy Dame.
Izzy Dame's only just barely been around, so I have no opinion about her.
Yeah, and then
Carmen Petrovic.
Yeah.
And,
I know Kalani Jordan's done something. He's doing stuff now, so
Kalani. All right.
I know
she can be put on the list.
I'm not super familiar with Danny Palmer, but
I like Danny Palmer. Danny Palmer is she's working her way towards something. I'd put her in D tier.
Same level as Nikki Cross?
Yeah, she's actually pretty fun.
Okay, so boy, I can't wait till we start talking about main roster people so we can stop doing this weird I'm the monkey in the middle thing because I watch everything. Yeah, Danny Palmer. You put Danny Palmer in D.
D, yeah.
No, she's on par with Feroz and Leon.
Fair enough. Wait, you had no opinion, right, Cal? That's right.
Yeah, I don't know who she is. Yeah.
All right. Might adjust her name too, depending on what's going on. As far as Brooklyn Barlow and Carmen Petrovic, I don't have an opinion on right now. Barlow, I haven't seen anything that I would put her in that E tier. I think that Danny Palmer's shown way more than Barlow.
Sure. I don't really have much of anything to say about her.
Let's get a B. We don't have a B yet.
Raquel.
Raquel's the first name that popped in my mind. Yeah.
Liv Morgan as well.
Liv Morgan, I could see an argument for an A, but I'd go B plus. What do you think, Callum?
I'm thinking more B for her, because I'd go with someone more like looking for it, like someone who's more on the A level. I'd probably go with Shayna and Io.
Yeah, I could see that. 2 more C's. Chance and Carter. Maybe D.
I mean, they are. I'm
not saying like feel fulfillment level of Nikki Cross.
So let's get another couple C's in there.
Okay.
Chelsea?
The way that she's on TV,
she's pushed more. Yeah, she's pushed more like a B. Obviously she's not super impressive, but I think at the moment she's kind of a B level one. Just purely on character alone, she's B.
Monkey in the middle, where are you going?
B.
2 votes for B. Look at that. Chelsea.
Agree.
I like that entrance.
Sonya's a C though.
Yeah, I could see that.
Ronda's not employed by the company anymore, is she?
Who?
Ronda Rousey's not employed by the company anymore, is she?
I mean,
whether or not she's employed is...
It's kind of up in the air a little bit, but
She's not on TV currently.
I'd put her in that C range if we want to put her in there.
Yeah, name value, but not very good. So,
I think it's fair to compare her to what the Hardys are doing in AEW.
So where do we put? Who else? Do we have any other F tiers? BFAB?
A BFAB, yeah. When she doesn't wrestle.
No, but
she's not
even as a manager, it's like, well, she's not even the talker. So what's she doing? You know?
Lash Legend hasn't got any better, actually.
She's gotten a little better. I'd put her in E.
No, she's way more tolerable than what we were talking about 2 years ago.
I'd put her in E. What about you, Rob?
You want to put her higher because she's part of Metaphor, isn't she?
A D. She's above for Royce and Leon.
Obviously, I'd put her in F, but like I don't watch her, so anyway, so I don't know if she has.
So
I don't think
if that's an F and a D, then that balances out to an E. I'd put Jakara in there too. She hasn't shown me too much yet. She's got an interesting enough character, but yeah. What do we do with Piper Niven here? See?
I mean, I think she's better than that, but
I mean,
like,
she's on par with Sonya because she's partners with Chelsea.
And overshadowed by Chelsea. We know that she's capable of more, but they don't seem to really want to use her too much, and
no.
We do need to eventually start filling out the C one because that should be the one that has the most.
We haven't been going for too long yet.
No, but we're also almost done. Funny enough,
we got Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are both middle of the road ones. But they're not using them, but they're
even though they're not on
can.
TV.
You know, they can do that stuff.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Meechin's middle of the road.
I'd put Meechin middle of the road too. I would put Indy Hartwell as a C as well.
I put her on board Nikki Cross.
Actually,
yeah, I'd say she's a D. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think I'd move Nikki over to C.
Yeah,
and then I think I would.
I mean, like I'm not gonna argue too much, but like she's not on TV. Who cares? Like,
yeah, but when she does pop up, we know that she's capable of being in that same range as like Alba and Nyla and Meechin and all.
I'd put Shotzi and C probably as well.
Yeah, I think she's worked her way up.
Shotzi is an interesting one. If we would have done this tier list a few months ago, she would have been in that E range. She was really struggling for a while. She
started to come back up a little bit.
Yeah, she's been kicking it into a new gear. So
take those free agents and put them all in no opinion.
Man,
we kind of know enough about them, don't we? I know they
I
haven't.
mean, if
wrestled
we're
in a
just gonna
while.
put them somewhere, Carmella's a D, Alexa's a B. If she was on TV right now, she'd be in the B range.
Aaliyah would be an E, and
Lita would be like a D.
yeah, but I think the no opinion thing makes more sense because they have been gone for all of them. Been gone for a
JC's
long
middle
time.
of the road.
Yeah, make sure that I don't undo Nia Jax there. Who was the one that you were just saying middle of the road?
JC's middle of the road.
I'd go same for Gigi.
Yeah, I mean they're the same.
I think Gigi's worse than JC.
Overall, if I had to pick between the two, which one I would invest more in, probably at this point it would be JC, but I would go C and C minus.
Be around longer.
Yeah, I think so. Scarlett doesn't really wrestle, and yeah.
No, she doesn't wrestle. I don't think that there's not really much of an opinion there.
I again, folks, I want to compliment Tony on why there's a whole ass next in line list. To just throw no opinion,
Because I just took everybody that's on the roster and put it on here.
It's amazing. You're a wonderful person,
and it's a good thing to look at and say, hey, certain people we had no opinion about them or whatever, but look at no opinion last year. A couple of these people we do have opinions about now. Like we can talk about Sol Roca. Yeah,
I wish if she didn't get injured, she'd be high up on my list.
So actually, let's talk about Sol Roca.
If she didn't get injured, she'd be like at least
I'd go C.
Good. I hope the injury didn't fuck her because it's like she's great.
Yeah.
Stevie Turner is like a D.
She's a D right now. Yeah.
Thea Hale.
I love me some Thea Hale.
It's weird because I don't know if I could put too many NXT women higher than a C, but if I could, Thea Hale would be pushing a B. Because she's fun.
I'd go C for her for right now because she's still working on a lot of those things. And I mean, there is a difference when you look at the NXT roster and you compare it to the main roster. But then again, some other people, they shine in more in the other. Thea Hale is like a C++, if not a B- for me. I'd go D for Elektra Lopez. Maybe E. Actually,
I'd go more to the E side.
Yeah, I think
that makes
Lola Vice, same category then.
Lola Vice, I haven't seen too much of to really give her a whole lot more.
With Elektra, so you can throw her in the same category.
I think she's got more potential than what Elektra
right now.
She's got more potential than what Elektra has been showing me, but right now she's around the same level. I'd go D for maybe Ivy. I like her, but at the same time, just because somebody's in the D tier doesn't mean that I hate them or anything.
I'll put Fallon Henley in that as well, probably.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, C minus, D plus for Fallon Henley.
Well, she doesn't do much. I mean, when was the last time that Fallon wrestled? She's a manager for. She's a manager.
She does more manager stuff. Yeah.
She's great.
So. Let's see what we got here. Who? We didn't put a Scarlett anywhere.
No opinion. She doesn't wrestle.
Yeah.
She's
not really a wrestler. Yeah, for that matter. I mean, B-Fab's not really a wrestler either, but B-Fab. We know.
She's bad at that part of it as well. So
yeah.
She doesn't really add anything to that anyway. So.
B-Fab, more like F bad.
Who would you say is the highest up out of the people that's left on this list in your minds? We got some good people like Roxanne. We got some
Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany's B.
Both of these, yeah, definitely.
We're working with only 26 people left, and we are
Tiffany
only at a 19-minute thing. It's gonna be the quickest one that we've done. Actually,
that is perfectly fine because what more is there to say?
Yeah,
Tiffany and Roxy are B.
I would agree to that.
Cora Jade is a C.
Tiffany Stratton here. Cora Jade being a C. Yeah. You know, she's been gone for a little while, and I don't know what's gonna happen when she comes back. But
Kalani Jordan is a D.
I'd potentially go E.
She's doing.
Wow, you don't have Dana Brooke on this list.
I do. Right here.
Oh, there it is. I thought she'd be. I was looking at the main one. I was looking at the main one and thought that she'd be on there. But yeah, she is. I guess she is.
She's
NXT
technically an
now,
NXT
but-
right now.
Yeah, she's more on the NXT
She's a
side.
C.
No, she's not.
She's D.
She's D at best.
All right, I tried.
Yeah.
I can argue. Kiana James is probably
D.
D. If you put Ivy in D, Kiana's a D.
I'd go D. Yeah, I'd go D. I haven't seen so much of Ariana Grace to give her
She
anything
just
other
came
than
back. No opinion there.
I'd go from what was before. She was in like that ED range. I'm fine with no opinion. Lots of no opinions on this one, but that's that. Yeah, when most of them were next in line.
Lyra Valkyria.
D.
I'm gonna say C.
C, definitely.
I think
she's
she can
one
go
of
to
the
main
better, she's one of the
roster
better
again,
wrestlers in NXT.
That's 2-1 against me. Where are we putting Tamina?
No opinion. And we're not gonna rank. We're not gonna not rank some people that we do know, and like Alexa's not ranked. We can't rank Tamina.
Actually, when was the last time that Tamina wrestled?
Royal Rumble, probably.
But-
I don't even know if she was in it. I'm just saying.
But let's be honest, has she ever gotten past the E?
No, she's E.
I highly doubt that she
She's
on
always-
some house
she'll
shows.
always
has
be
been
one of the
doing.
worst ones.
But
Yeah.
hey, is anybody Mina?
Tatum is. As far as Tatum Paxley goes, she's I like her in some ways, but I'd
The way
go.
that this is going, we're putting her in E.
I'd go in that
Wendy
E.
Chu? E.
I'd go D.
She's a
Remember
better
Mei
wrestler,
Ying?
so she can go D.
Anyone remember Mei Ying?
No, only you. You're the only one that brings
She
that
doesn't
up.
even. Unfortunately, I'd have to go D for Xia Li.
Yeah, she's
I
not
think
good.
she might even
It's
be
pretty
in
high on the
E.
list for someone who doesn't wrestle.
She might even be an E.
We know she can do some stuff, but like, well, based on our preferences, we would want to see more of Xia at least.
Yeah.
I
I don't know why they put her on the main roster and promptly have done fuck all with her for the entire time. It's not even like she's been injured or something. They just
I'll never forget the Shawn Michaels. Oh yeah, look out for that. Whatever their stable was called at the time. Oh, that's gonna be a big thing in NXT next year.
D for Emma.
Yeah,
She won a match yet.
I don't know.
Maybe on a main event when nobody's watching.
D for Tegan.
C for Dakota.
Yeah, C for Dakota and yeah, D for Tegan.
D for
unfortunately.
Tegan. She got bumped off of Raw this week. She was supposed to go up against Becky Lynch, and then they decided Natty. Let's talk about Natty. Perpetual C.
Perpetual
Yeah,
C.
Yeah, middle of the road. Comes
Which-
out for this episode of Raw saying like, oh, it's her annual.
It's her moment, guys.
It's her annual. I always get overlooked for opportunities. I've been here for X number of years, and so I deserve it.
It's the Dolph Ziggler.
I had tweeted out, are you ready for her tri-annual heel turn?
You're not a legend for just sticking around for ages.
Speaking of which, Trish Stratus.
B?
D, I think, yeah. She's actually done reasonably well this time. And also, I just add a few more positive ones. So I think Zoe Stark and Zelina Vega are both D's now. I think they're actually pushing Zelina. So
I'd be up for that. Zelina's done way more this past year, and not just that they pushed her for the Puerto Rico pay-per-view and then said, okay, now you can go fuck off.
You know what though? To their credit, they could have just said, "Now you can fuck off," and they didn't.
Yeah, I'm surprised and I'm happy about that because I always thought that Zelina deserved better. Okay, so Amari Miller hasn't been around in a long time.
I'm not super familiar with. Yeah, no opinion.
No opinion.
I'd also no opinion Nikita Lyons because we have no idea what she's going to be like when she comes back. Yeah.
I think at this point it's fair to put her in no opinion, yeah, because she has just been out for so long.
Yeah,
Listen,
like we got to judge what her next match like is going to be and whether it's
This is the one I'm really just totally using what I know for. Meiko Satomura is a B in any case, and no less, maybe even an A.
She wrestled 3 times this year, I think.
But they
she's
were
so the 3 matches that were surrounding the Roxanne feud that happened in like February.
Correct.
So she has been gone for a long time, but I highly doubt that if she were to pop up on NXT tonight, which, by the way, we're probably going to publish this tomorrow on Wednesday, but we're recording this before NXT on the 19th. If she were to pop up tonight, I highly doubt she'd be anything different than what we've already seen, positive or negative. So
I'm going to say B.
I'd go more towards C, but I think that B- is something that makes sense too. She's good, but she's also not like a huge standout to me.
I think it's like sort of B. I think obviously she would, if she was to come back and be more prominent, she'd be one of the best one of the best workers in NXT at the very least. So.
Yeah. And also, if she were younger and doing exactly what she was doing now, then she'd be pushed higher up, like an Asuka or something.
You'd hope so.
Yeah. Or, yeah, you would hope at least.
But maybe they'd have their quota of Japanese wrestlers now. I guess they're adding Kyrie. So,
yeah, they're
so
adding
that just
Kyrie back
adds another one adds another blockade to Samoa getting a push.
So for the audio only people, we have only 4 left. We have Blair Davenport, Maxine Dupree, which I probably didn't. I should have said it differently. Nia Jax and Valhalla.
Let's do Nia Jax last.
Yeah, let's do Nia Jax last. I agree. Maxine, we haven't seen too much of.
She's a D though.
I would go D. Like she's got the character work going on, and she's having fun, and she's trying.
Valhalla, same thing.
I'd honestly lean more towards E.
Yeah, I'd lean more to E for Valhalla. She's not very good.
I hate this character in a lot of ways. And it's a stupid thing to kind of judge based off of, but I also really hate the Valhalla is here, because it's like you couldn't have done another thing of that. Like, you want to get a little coffee for you?
Welcome to the generation.
Oh God, that's just as bad. That's just as bad. Blair Davenport, C.
Yeah, definitely got potential for higher, but
kind of crossing my fingers she's the next NXT Women's Champion after Rhea Ripley screws over Becky Lynch. Nia Jax, our most recent addition to the roster, who we are very familiar with.
We could go D, we could go E, we could go F. She does have main event status.
I'd go D. Sounds like that was such a struggle.
Yeah, like that's just like, okay, this is my happy voice.
Yeah, like she's got presence. She's
not like most girls. Looking at this list, maybe she is, and we should put her in D.
We know that she's got issues. Like she's just not the safest person in the ring. We know it for a fact. But at the same time, we've seen some Charlotte matches where she's like, all right, that's not safe. And so, like I'd fucking go D.
What do you think, Carol?
I mean, I'd put her in F. She's a terrible wrestler, and she's gonna injure people. So I don't really want, like, if it's my company, it's like I'm saying where I put in her. Well, she's gone from this list, frankly. But I understand that she does have like some name value to her, so you would push it higher up. But yeah, D's the absolute maximum, because she's not average. She's not an average wrestler.
So we got a D and an F, which puts Spunky in the middle. Rob there.
I gotta.
This is the ultimately the status of Nia Jax determines entirely on Robert Duplessis.
Put her in D for now. The minute if she does injure somebody, we can always go, hey, look what she did.
It is kind of funny that the very first thing she does is she attacks Raquel and Rhea, and then in story, they're both injured. You know what I mean?
And then you got Stevie Richards out here like, yeah, she's not safe.
Yeah. All right. Well, we still have a pretty decent enough range here. I mean, if we want to adjust to anybody, I think maybe we would move some of that D and E tier type stuff to kind of balance out more of the B tier.
No.
But I don't see anybody in the D tier that I would feel like we should definitely move over to C.
At most, maybe Chance and Carter. But like,
I think that they're lower than Candice and Piper, and yeah. I mean, we don't need a definitive exact mathematical equation going on here. I think that we got 2 people in the drizzling shits. We got 4 people in the S tier. We got 4 people in the A tier and 12 in the E tier, but that's also because we're judging based off of the NXT people not having been around for a long time, because it's mostly NXT talent there.
Well, if we had to say, like, if we had to move someone from the B tier into the A tier, who's the top candidate for that?
B into A?
Yeah.
I would argue Liv.
I'd argue name value carries Trish. And I'd argue...
I think my second vote would probably be Roxanne.
I would say my top candidate would be Tiffany.
I'd be all right with moving both Tiffany and Trish.
I don't think I would put Tiffany on the same as like Bailey and Charlotte and Io.
No, but like I'm trying to say, like, if there's anyone who stands out in the B that's like just demonstrably higher than the ones that surrounding them, but I guess none of them kind of really are.
I think that it's pretty solid the way that we got it. I feel bad for Danny Palmer, but I think we've got enough in the D tier, and that's just motivation. Prove yourself even more, and then Rob can give you a boost up next year. But yeah, I think that this works. Lots of people in the no opinions, but then again, lots of injuries, lots of people away for
injuries, pregnancies.
We got 2 pregnancies going on right here.
You know what? The only person I would say, since we did rank Tamina, we could rank Lita. We know where Lita stands.
I guess we could.
But what do we got? Like C, maybe D?
I'd go D.
C for name value.
All right, there you go. Lita adds one more to the middle of the road. Obviously, if you agree or disagree, we want to know what you have to say. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us where you would move certain people around. Who are you excited to have a big upgrade next year? Who are you feeling maybe a new addition to the roster that we haven't ranked on here? Like, how is Jade Cargill going to potentially end up fitting next year if she does end up being in WWE and sticking around?
If she is in WWE, I think she's an A and nowhere below it.
That'll be interesting. I don't know if we'll do that September next year or a different time frame, but obviously whenever she does pop up, we'll start talking about her, and we won't have to just be like, oh, we can't say anything about Jade Cargill until we do the tier list or something. But we've seen some adjustments from different people here and there. Maybe these people that are in this E tier, by the time we get around to next year's, maybe they're going to be in B tier. Maybe they figure it out and all clicks. Or maybe we get some people that kind of fall by the wayside a little bit. In any fashion, that is the WWE and NXT women's tier list for September 2023, September 19th. I should specify, just in case NXT tonight ends up having something that's like, wow, that was really bad, and that makes us want to push somebody lower, or, oh man, that just had a star performance for whoever. I don't know who's wrestling tonight. I haven't double checked. So, as I've said before, make sure you are following us on Facebook and Twitter at Smark Out Moment. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you are going to the smarkoutmoment.com website for everything that's happening there, because we're not just a podcast. We also have the editorials and stuff on that front. Make sure you are going to fanboysanonymous.com for all the Blue Brand stuff, movies, TV shows, comics, video games, etc., etc., etc. And make sure that you are going to amangotree.com and following all the different accounts that you can see there, including my personal Facebook and Twitter at Tony Mango. Rob?
Yep, at Dude Fleece everywhere, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything but LinkedIn, and that's okay. And the reason I don't need a LinkedIn is because I'm on Fightful.com every day and WrestleZone.com most days. So check out my work there, and here's going.
You can find me on Twitter at Weeknights14. Check out the Power Rankings every single Saturday on smarkatmomo.com. And while you're there, you can also check out the Fantasy League. You can also find it at www.fantasyleague.com to see how our teams are performing as we head towards Fastlane and the next potential changes to the teams.
Okay, everyone. Number 3 down. We have one more left to do. The WWE and NXT men's division. That's going to be in another separate video and another separate podcast. And we will see you then. If you don't tune in, then we won't. But then I don't know what to tell you. But we will hopefully have a lot of insights that you agree with and that you have fun listening to. So tune in then. Check back on the AEW side if you didn't already check them out. And stay tuned for anything else that's coming your way from smarkoutmoment.com. But for this one, we are done. This has been another Smark Out Moment, and we are being counted out.